Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. Today we will discuss developing persuasive business messages. So how to develop persuasive business message. This is our topic. Uh, so let's get started. We are having one new dimension to develop persuasive requests for action. So how can you frame your argument? It can be framed on the basis of ADA. ADA is stands for A is for attention, I is for interest, D is for desire, and A is for action. So what we mean by this ADA? We have some points, and these points are also mentioned in a diagram on page 227 in your book or notes. So first of all, we will discuss attention. So what is meant by attention? It means to catch the audience eyes and ears, then getting people to pay attention to your message aimed all the other messages, claiming for their attention. How are you in a position to distinguish yourself when so many messages are pouring in? So the person is overwhelmed with the messages. Uh, hi, I want to be healthy, wealthy, and happy. How? Because you are talking about healthy, wealthy, and happy. You are in a position to draw attention of the audience. Then the next is to arise interest. How you can arise interest in the audience? You will provide concise information, points that pay off the promise you made to get their attention. As you build a case that you can meet their individual needs, now you are in a position to tell it's healthy, wealthy, and happy. So how can you help? Prove that you can help me. Now you have already drawn attention. After it, you have developed the interest. After getting the attention which of the audience, you are also successful in getting um, in creating interest in the audience. After it, you have developed the interest. If the person, party, or customer is interested, then the next part is to develop desire. That how you can first your first task was to get the attention of the audience, and when you get the attention, you are also able to create the interest in the audience. After creating interest, how you can develop desire for your product. What is this desire? You will move from uh, you move from the move prospects from I am interested to I want this, by continuing to show how your solution will benefit them, and by removing any doubt or all doubts. So provide details like free trials, endorsements, and a guarantee. So sounds great, but can you really deliver on that promise? um, the next obviously is like action. What is action? Motivate them to take action, whether that is seeking more information, making a decision in your favor, or making a purchase. So this is an action on your part. You have motivated them to buy. That makes it even better. Let's do this. This is something known as ADA. I have already told you that what is ADA is stand for attention, I is for interest, D is for desire, and A is for action. So ADA model, what do we are going to do in this ADA model? We are going to influence our buyer. We will try to strike a chord with our buyer, or maybe emotionally or logically. The next point that is to discuss is balancing emotional and logical appeals. So, what is meant by emotional and logical appeals? Emotional appeals, we can say that feelings, emotions, and sympathies are emotional appeals, and logical appeals, we can say analogy, induction, and deduction are logical appeals. So we have a diagram. It is also mentioned on the page 228. Specific purpose, to persuade management to fund and one site daycare center. So emotion, uh, this is the way. First I will also read some points from the page. uh, this is page 228, right ji? Proposal to improve employee satisfaction and work life balance. Proposal to boost logic में क्या है? Proposal to boost productivity and reduce absenteeism. Being separated during the day is stressful for both parents and children. Emotion, analysis of employee time records shows that employees with children under the age of 10 take unscheduled days of 3 times more often than employees without young children. Logic, many parents are now working more hours and second jobs to make ends meet, so the situation is getting worse. Uh, Daycare issue are cited as the number one reason for these unscheduled days of emotion. The extra travel time every morning and evening to put children in daycare adds to the stress and cost of coming to work. Logic, in the 98 exit interviews conducted last year, 24 departing employees mentioned the need to balance family and work commitments as the primary reason for leaving. Logic, when parents need to leave work to pick up sick children from daycare or stay home with them, uh, this often creates an unfair burden on the other employees to pick up the slack. Uh, in the last 6 months, HR has logged 14 complaints from employees who say they have to take on extra work when colleagues leave the office to pick up sick children from daycare. Logic, knowing that the company cares about them and their children would boost employee morale. Purchase Sorry, research shows that one side daycare can improve productivity by as much as 20% among parents and non-parents alike. Therefore, the company should provide an one-site daycare facility with a inf- separate infirmary where sick children could stay during the day. Therefore, the company should provide an one-site daycare facility with a separate infirmary where sick children could stay during the day. So these were the points which are also mentioned in the notes as well. So this is the way we should balance emotions and logic. The next is avoiding faulty logic. So how can we avoid faulty logic? Logic will always work in your favor or maybe not. It's not important that always logic can help you. Sometimes it cannot help you, but if you are going to give a faulty logic, definitely you are going to lose. So what is this faulty logic? This can be understand in this point, like hasty generalization. Unnecessarily you are making a situation which is not so general or common, but you are trying to make that general creation. Then the next point is circular reasoning. So, what is meant by circular reasoning or avoid circular reasoning? Circular reasoning is a logical fallacy in which you try to support your claim by restating it in different words. The statement, "we know temporary workers cannot handle this task because temps are unqualified for it," it doesn't prove anything because the claim and supporting evidence are essentially identical. The next, which is so these it was the circular reasoning, and the next is attacking an opponent, oversimplifying a complex issue, mistaken cause effect, assumptions, faulty knowledges. And so what is meant by these faulty analogies? So I will read shortly. Be sure that the two objects or situations being compared are similar enough for the analogy to hold. For instance, explaining that an internal firewall is like a prison wall is a poor analogy because a firewall keeps things out, whereas a prison wall keeps things in. So this is the difference. The next is reinforcing your opinion by providing believable evidence with the use of words by metaphors and stories and by highlighting audience benefits. So, in this manner, you will be reinforcing your position, then anticipating objections. So, how can you anticipate objections? What did they say, and how you would say that you will handle them? Then first point is to counter negative elements. uh, Report yourself for that, focus on positive communication and present all sides of the situations. Avoid common mistakes in persuasive communication. What kind of mistakes you may commit are using a hard sell approach. Unnecessarily you are pushing, so this is a kind of hard sell approach. The next is being resistant to compromise. You are not agreeing to surrender something, so compromise and be ready. Relying solely on great arguments, using a one shot approach, not no, don't have many ideas, emotions, logic, blend of the two, and then it may work. Common categories of persuasive messages. So the common categories of persuasive messages can be requests for action, presentation of ideas, claims, and requests for adjustments. This first one is request for action. What kind of requests for actions you may have? Any action which you feel that the audience may have. So we may have direct approach or indirect approach as well. Whenever you have direct approach, meaning thereby that the audience is anticipating this request, and whenever the audience is not anticipating this request, it's better to go for the indirect approach. We have already discussed in the previous lectures and chapter also uh, that what is direct and indirect approach. The second is the presentation of ideas. How you can present your ideas. You have some ideas, then how are you in a position to share that idea with the others? So changing attitudes or beliefs about a topic. You have an idea which may change the attitude or beliefs about the topic. It is up to you that how is your idea and how you can change the attitude or beliefs of the audience. So consider a new idea, re-examine options, whatever you are going to share, and now reconsider ways of thinking. The third, claims and request for adjustment. That is to review the facts in a positive tone, outline the problem and its status, if you are granting a claim or not. Avoid give reasons for granting the claim. If not granting the claim, then students, it is communicating negative messages, which we have read in the previous chapter. And the last one is uh, what is that, close on a respectful note. So how you will close on a respectful note, you may have a fair idea, as we have already discussed this point in the previous chapter as well. Allah Hafiz.